Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Our next guest says we were all born to be rich. He's a high school dropout who became a self-made multimillionaire, and he's sharing his know-how with us.
You could say Randy Gage is a prosperity expert who's written numerous books on the topic, including Why You're Dumb, Sick, and Broke, and How to Get Smart, Healthy, and Rich.
Randy's here to coach us on why quit is no longer considered a four-letter word, and how quitting can actually propel you forward. Really, Randy? Quitting is not a bad word?
Yeah, you know, we think if you quit something is a sign of weakness, but not always. Sometimes quitting is a sign of strength because it shows you have enough strength to say, hey, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to change direction.
Yeah, sometimes perseverance doesn't pay. If you keep hitting a wall, then you've got to say, okay, time to take another path.
Yeah, I'm a baseball guy, so I'm the 3 strikes and you're out. I figure if the universe sends me the message like 3 times in a row.
Then you clue in and say, aha.
Yeah,
okay.
Like maybe, you know, we're trying to tell you something here.
But sometimes it's hard for people to acknowledge that and really realize it. So how do you do that?
Well, you have to say, well, is this just the universe testing me? Is this just to see because I believe in challenges. I believe obstacles that help us develop character, develop new skills, change the thing. But sometimes it's also you got to realize, well, wait, this means I should probably be going a different direction.
Now, how did you go from you were in jail as a teenager to being a multimillionaire? How does that work? How does that happen?
Yeah, how does that happen?
You did it legally, right? Okay, how did you do that?
Well, if I could patent that, then I'd be a multi-billionaire, right? How that works was I made a lot of bad choices. I was a teenage alcoholic. I was a teenage drug addict. So I was in jail for armed robbery at 15 years old. And I got visited by a teacher who came in and said, hey, you don't belong here. You know, you're capable of great things. And I so desperately wanted to believe him that I believed him. And that's the first step. You have to change your mindset, and you have to believe you're worthy, know that you deserve to be successful. And that's the first time. And then I'd love to say, well, you know, then I snapped my fingers and everything was perfect. No, I struggled till I was 30 years old. And then at 30, I actually had my business seized by the IRS and auctioned off. And that was the wake-up call, the fun that said, hey, change the process. Change what you're doing. Stop looking outside and look inside.
But when you change the process, you made a lot of money. You got a lot of zeros behind it. There must have been a really large change then to do that.
Well, it was first biggest issue I see with people I work with is worthiness. They don't think they deserve to be wealthy. So once you get over that, then you have to be smart and say, okay, what's the best way to create wealth? And then it's always going to go to leverage. Because if you're just trading hours for dollars, there's not enough hours in the day. You got to find some things. You know, why does Madonna make a lot of money? She writes a song, she records it once, and sells it 20 million times. Or Prince does, or, you know, what J.K. Rowling did with Harry Potter. If you look back, go to Think and Grow Rich, right? And all the...
Good book.
Yeah, 500 people that he interviewed, right? Napoleon Hill. And you look at Firestone and Carnegie and Ford and Edison. They all practice some form of leverage.
For some people, the thought of, you know, they say, I don't want to get rich, I just want to be comfortable. You're okay with that, right?
No.
I mean, no.
I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap if you say that.
But a lot of people do, and they think, why get greedy?
You know what that is? That's a mind virus. You get infected with a mind virus. Just like you get on your hard drive of your computer, you get in your subconscious mind. When somebody tells me that, because I used to say that too, I say that's a worthiness issue. I believe you were born to be healthy, happy, and prosperous. So when you say, now don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire, you have to, right. But when people say, well, a car just takes you from point A to point B, right. Or why do you need a bigger hotel room? Once you turn the light off, they're all the same. That's settling for mediocrity, and you shouldn't do that.
That's risky in your perspective,
you
right?
You say reach for the stars.
Yes.
Yeah, because play it safe, that's mediocrity. If your life is boring, it's not the life you were meant to live.
Okay, here's to an exciting life ahead. Randy Gage, thank you very much.
Thanks.
And prosperity for all.
That's right.